Okay. I think. Can y'all hear me? Oh, not my phone. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. It's my first stream ever. Exciting, exciting. Oh, fabulous, fabulous. Excellent to see y'all in the chat. Hi, Bella. Hello, Killer Hot Dog. Hey, Grateful Life. Grandpa Jim's busted busted biscuits can. Oh, thank you. When I uh, my dog just heard me talking and he wants to say hello. Say hello, dog. Oh, mm, bruh, come on. Yeah, he likes to sit in my lap. I would go on cam, but I don't really like look super. Oop, I don't really look super cute right now. But I appreciate that y'all are here. Oh my gosh, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I'm a little shooketh. I'm a little shooketh. Um, because there are some topics that I want to talk about today, and like, oh, thank you, Bella. I appreciate that. How do I do the thing where I highlight a comment? Nice. Nice. Um, oh, you guys are sweet. Okay, okay, okay. I won't get derailed. Okay. I'm calm, I'm focused, and I'm here to deliver some entertainment. So, I'm gonna take a sip of some water. Okay. So, today we're gonna be, talking about a few things. Mainly, we're gonna be talking about Big Vern because Miss Thing showed her ass, and I just want to discuss it a little because I found the whole situation really interesting, and part of me is like, okay, should I like go over Curl's live stream? And I'm like, yes, I should. But then like part of me is like, maybe I should just like discuss my thoughts first and then sort of decide if like going through the live stream is necessary, if that makes sense. Yes, exactly, Bella. I'm like, I don't want to be like redundant and like because if I'm if I'm like going over some, I mean, like I know that like the tea is definitely not like hot anymore. The tea is definitely like lukewarm cold. Um, but I am interested more so in the idea of a person sort of losing their mind online briefly. Like we saw Vern kind of, you know, snap. And it was really interesting because like specifically once Skinny Queen got on, it was like, oh shit, like it's about to go down. But I want to like, circle back to that. And yes, I am a member of Hannibal's, Bella. Yes. Um, I was gifted a membership recently because I have not been. I'm all uh forgetful when it comes to like subscribing to, like, I have a Netflix subscription and I only use that bitch like twice a year, but it's things like that where I'm like, oh shit. But yes, I did see the stream. I was there. It was very informative. I happened to be like uh working, so I was like kind of distracted, but it was very interesting. The panel was so good. Um and like, oh, it was you who gifted? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Wait, no, actually I think it was Sunshine who gifted me the membership, I think. I think you gifted somebody else a membership at the same time, probably. But I think it was Sunshine who gifted mine. Um, Breezy is good. You know, it's funny that you mentioned Breezy because I was thinking about like content that I wanted to go over, and I kind of I do want to talk about her in passing because it's like there'll be like little updates in her storyline here and there, but nothing that uh I feel the need to like follow all the time, I guess. But occasionally she lets that bunny boiler side slip, and oh my god, when she does, that's good shit because there's there's no television like Girl World TV. Like, it is just like the shit that people do out here. It always it because sometimes as I'm like struggling to find the words to even describe what's going on in Girl World, like, you have the people who, were the reactors who are now cows, and that whole situation, and then you also have like people who are doing their reactions, and you know all is well, and then there's like this other group of people who are like coming in, and they're like, hey, I'm here to shake shit up. Like we have like Yo Mama, and I'm like, what is going on here with him? And like, how the hell him plus like Breezy equals question mark? Because I'm I'm really like intrigued by whenever they have like a public back and forth. I know that like they're supposed to be like handling things privately because they know each other in person and whatnot. But I'm like, y'all let it get to the point of being messy online. Continue in front for everybody. We want to see. Like, come on, don't be selfish. You know, we all want some hot fresh tea. Hmm. Okay, let me see. So I guess I probably should like start and like get into this whole situation with Big Vern. Um, so I guess I just want to preface this by saying, in general, that like all workers of all professions deserve respect. I feel like that's something that I want to lead this conversation with, because I feel like it's easy for people to demean sex workers and talk shit in a way that is offensive and not considerate of people's circumstances and situations. Um, Today, the shit that I'm going to talk doesn't really have anything to do with her sex work. It's more so around the concepts that she chose to weaponize at a time that it just her reaction was inappropriate, and then it kept not me hitting my mic. Um her reaction was inappropriate, and then it sort of kept uh it was like some sort of amoeba. It kept changing. It was like shifting and turning into this, Are we going to talk about race? Are we going to talk about race theory? Are we going to talk about epigenetics? Are we going to talk about like because I was like, what do you mean like there's trauma in our DNA? Like you don't know like I I ma'am, I don't know you from Adam. How are you to say anything about my genetic anything? It was so like interesting. Her the way that she went about it, I suppose. Um I guess it was more so like the issue that I had was the fact that this whole thing basically happened because she was sort of like flexing to somebody that she does like race play porn for work. And I'm like, okay, there's a difference between like talking about it and being smug about it. And it seemed as though there was this tone of like smugness, like she thought she was pulling one over on people by being like, "Oh, I'm like this nice considerate ally, when I want to be publicly. And then in private, I'm, you know, profiting off of like a very derogatory and she's not even profiting that much though. It's like if I feel like if you really genuinely did not want to use that term, I feel like you would at least charge more for it. Like, come on, what the hell? Like, it's. I don't know. It's like there's there's so many like points here to talk about, but when when I like start watching Curl, I like get distracted because I like Curl so much. I'm like, oh my god, like literally, like Curl is so iconic. Like literally, like I could listen to her talk all day. Like, and then I'm like, oh right, this is about Big Vern. Like, so I would definitely want to stay focused. Oh, let me see. Let me scroll and see the comments. Exactly, killer hot dog. DNA epigenetics rhetoric is based in eugenics and in general it's not really like the 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 ace in the hole that you think it's going to be. Like it's not giving what you think it's giving. It's kind of it's well it is outdated. It's outdated rhetoric that was used to justify things that were unjustifiable. And I guess I'll just say that. Oh, period. Grateful life. Yeah, like genuinely, respect is so wide and complex in terms of like what it means to respect people and what it means to be respected and to give respect and receive respect and it's a whole situation, but at the bare minimum in order to receive respect you do have to have like a baseline of respect. And it did sort of seem like that wasn't really there because she came on hot talking mad shit, but also like cutting Curl off. And I found that to also not look great. If you're talking about like you know, how you choose to say that word, and specifically how how she's like, I'm not racist. I'm not a racist. And nobody was calling her racist. Like nobody nobody was using that rhetoric besides her. Like if anything it was telling us how she does feel about using the term, that she does feel to an extent uncomfortable about it, or that the term is racist to use. Like I just it there were just there were it was like she kept digging a hole for herself that just kept getting deeper and deeper, and I was just like, "Oh my god, like bro, like literally like what the fuck. Hey, Ruthie, Yalla Beezers. Hey, let's get it. Um, do the first line dance. I'm doing a little do the hustle. Yeah, I love the hustle. That was a good one. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, it was also very interesting because I happen to like have friends who are sex workers, so it's not like some taboo thing. Um I found it to be really interesting that that she was taking her experience in this specific niche of sex work and sort of like trying to play like armchair psychologist with it, and then was also being like, well, if we're going to have this conversation, then we need to do it right. Like, Hannibal needs to be here. Like, why do you assume that Hannibal would know anything about the psychology of race play? Like, what about Hannibal has like made you think like I just it was like because Hannibal is a black man, but even then it's like there's why you want to have a conversation about it. Where's your mama? Like, since you want to, be messy, why didn't you want to have your mama come up and talk to you, or rather listen to your mama? Like, it was so like weird to me how Hannibal was like her main goal in that moment, to get to Hannibal, like as though Hannibal was going to save her from some damage that she did herself. It was so odd, very odd to me. Oh yeah, definitely Grateful Life. People really dead ass just need to listen. Like, it's oh god. People love to just talk over each other and not even listen and consider what was just said. It's really disrespectful. Ruthie, oh my god. Um, yeah, allegedly the alleged healing of generational trauma. I That whole situation, specifically her saying that, was so I'm gonna use a word that I hardly ever use it. It doesn't come out of my mouth very frequently because I don't really encounter too many people who I need to apply this term to. But I'll just say it. I think Vern is ignorant. Um, it was an ignorant move to play the cards that she had in that way. It was just so I don't know, just ignorant. It was ignorant all around. It was like every time you open your mouth, you're like making this worse. Like, what are you doing? And I was just in the chat, like going crazy because it was like nobody would have known about this had you not like talked about how that is a service that you offer. Like, nobody would have known about that. Oh yeah, their fetish, their kink. Yeah, in a way to like other people and other the situation, as to remove herself from it and to distance herself from it and make sure that she's separate from the content that she's putting out. I don't know. Like, sometimes when I try to like understand people's logic and like understand why in the moment people will like say things to try to cover their ass. I don't know. I've always been the kind of person who can like poke holes through everybody's story like really quick if they're like bullshitting. And it was bullshit from start to finish. It was incredible. Yeah, yeah, then she was like there was something that she said. I'll have to like come back to that because I think there was something in the video that was said. Um so controlling, trying to dictate. No, like genuinely, like that I think turned the heat up like 120% because how are you going to say that the conversation that you come on to have is not serious as is? Like I, I yeah, that was another one that I was trying to understand, like, and then was also sort of almost like mocking Hannibal by calling him Mr. Psychology. Like, do you do you want his help in this moment or not? Like what is this giving? Like, girl, clean it up. Oh, literally killer hot dog, like exactly that. Exactly that. Because it was this game of mental gymnastics of trying to figure out how she's not the bad guy when it's like it's not quite a situation where like there's a good guy bad guy. It's definitely a whole lot of gray area regarding that. And like I thought it was interesting because for a person who goes from like humble bragging about it to people secretly on the low about how she's, you know, doing race play porn to this other angle of not taking accountability for it. It just seemed so disjointed. It seemed really, really disjointed. Yeah, it seemed really like tokenization, like hardcore tokenization in like the weirdest way. Cause like I don't I just I as a black woman I've never there's just some shit that I don't understand. So like I don't understand how like you can use another person's identity as like some sort of playing card. It's really weird and disrespectful and again ignorant. It just seemed really like oh, like I fucked myself over, but if I play this hand of cards correctly that I have and one of the cards that I have is someone else's race card, I'm gonna be Gucci. Like it like girly, what are you giving? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like it's very clear that like Miss Thing has some issues regarding some things. And if if you're in the headspace where you feel unclear about the work that you're doing, like especially doing sex work where you are able to navigate that in a way where you dictate what you feel comfortable with and what you don't, it would sort of make sense that like if this is something that she feels uncomfortable with or like doesn't really know how it feels ambivalent or um just doesn't feel like positively about it, then why is that a why is it going on? Why is it something that you're telling other people about in a way to I don't I yeah, then there's that. I'm like, why did you tell other people about this? Like you thought this was gonna go well by telling other people. I yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, killer hot dog. It was like this yeah, it was like this Hail Mary pass that she was like trying so hard to successfully make, and it was just a flop. Like, dude, pull yourself together. Like, if you're gonna get messy, you have to defend your own mess. You can't be like pulling other people in to like, I don't know, give a damn. Period, Ruthie. Period. Because I'm tired of women's conversations and femmes conversations not being taken seriously unless someone masculine is present or unless a man is present. It's like, can we just, like, take things seriously, consider people's emotions and walks of life and not be assholes. I I just like no, literally, because it seemed so, like, indignant. She, like, came on and was like, "I'm out here saving lives. I'm reversing generational trauma. Don't you know that you're traumatized? And then and why would you? Why aren't you listening to me? Why aren't you taking me seriously?" And they were just like, "Bruh, like, literally." When Roach was like even trying to like speak to her in a way that was like direct and pointed and like clear and concise, she was still like, and I'm like, girl, you don't fucking mm-mm, mm-mm. Not her vagina is healing. Oh my god. Yeah, it was, oh god. Um, no, literally, the "I'm sorry if I've offended you" was just gross, gross, gross behavior. Oh my gosh, it's Abby W. Hey girl. How are you, girly? Hope you're well. Everybody's like, OMG, Abby's here. Yes. Why is this not? Okay, now it's loading. Her acting like the king was a bad thing. As soon as she was asked why she did it, makes me think she was coping. Why does she do it if she thinks it's so bad? Does she like doing it for the wrong reason? Mm, that's deep because, like, shit. Yeah, some people like the weird, like, ooh, this is something I'm not supposed to do, but I'm gonna do it. Ooh. Like, like, I, I, I suppose that, like, in a way that could be like a thing, people being like, oh, I, was taught the literal centuries of pain and horror behind this word, but I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna make money off of it. Ooh, kinky, hee hee. Like, girly, what the hell, girl? Yeah, it was the talking over everyone and then also being so, like, so self-righteous and wrong. So self-righteous and wrong. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not like an old pic, maybe like 6 months ago. I was like, "Ooh, I want to put on a little makeup and vape." So that's what I did. Period. Period. No, literally. No, exactly. Like, the way that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. I found it wildly inappropriate that like she was like mistaking her work as like this larger thing that it like isn't. Um like that can be so harmful to project this idea that you have of people uh and run with it and act as though that's fact. It just was really really odd. Really odd. Oh my god, pot calls the kettle bong. Hey, she farts on cakes. What can she really say? Like really though, like it's I mean, then there's that. Like if you're known for like being a cake farter, like, hey, who did you tell? Because like sorry, I wasn't like speculating that she was like farting on cakes, but I mean, like literally, the only way that like people found out was because she was like talking about it. So like all of the offense, all of the frustration at people, making little jokes. I'm like, babes, they're just jokes. Especially when you like, you paved that pathway yourself by by giving people the information. Yeah, oh my god, the healing of the traumas and the generations and the with the I'm like, girl, I don't even I was just you know, mm, no, like I genuinely think that that has to be like a part of it because like why else would you go so hard to not take accountability for a word that has apparently come out of your mouth many a time. I just I was like, "Girl, get the hell out of here. Like, what are you doing?" Poor cakes. No, literally. I know I keep saying literally, but like literally is one of those words that I just say a lot, okay? I'm from California. We say literally and like all the time. So, whatever. But yeah, it seemed really like yeah, like there was an experiment going on. Like she was like they were her little toys or something, and she's like he, I got niggas. Heh heh. Oh my god, Curl! Ah! Oh my god, Curl! I'm your biggest fan. I love you so much. Literally, I'm like obsessed with you. Your voice is my favorite. Your voice reminds me of like people in my family who are like from the South and just like there's like a certain way of like speaking that not everybody like grows up around and like the like cadence of your voice. Like not everybody like grows up around like people just talking with like that vibe and I'm like ugh, I really resonate with that vibe. It just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy and happy inside. Yeah, true. I am very much a valley girl. Like, oh my god, like you don't even understand. Like, not me like trying to talk and then saying that. Like literally, you don't understand though because like I try really hard. Like, I'm not an idiot. I just sound like one sometimes. You know. Just like Big Vern. You know. We know you're not a racist. You just play one on TV. Yeah. Mm, right? Isn't Curl's voice like the most amazing? Like literally, I could listen to Curl read audiobooks I could listen to Carl read menus. I could listen to Carl read obituaries. I could listen to it all. I really like period. A light count, Tina. No. Oh no. If oh no, if I had a light count, y'all would hate me by the end. Y'all would be like, "Oh my god, literally like no, if anything I need a literally count because that would make me sick by the end. I would be horrified. I would be disturbed and terrified. I'd be like, is that really all that I say? Is that my the extent of my vocabulary? Is that the far expanses of my mind? How far the reach of my words goes? Cute, love that. Um, oh, thank you, Ruthie. Yeah, I so fun fact about me, I have autism. I'm on the spectrum, and sometimes when I'm like put on the spot, I kind of have a hard time like getting all my words out or like getting them out like in a way that makes sense quickly enough. So I just sort of end up like like lolling around and being like, what I mean is, so like it kind of takes me a minute, but once it's out there, it's out there. Literally, girl, like your voice is my favorite. Like literally. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Like we both have those voices. Like girlies who have the voice, they just get it, and like the girlies who don't have the voice, they just don't get it. Like, and you know, it just is. Thank you, Bella. I really appreciate it. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, gulp. Nervous. You know what? You're right, Killer Hot Dog. People do sort of, just they be saying anything and they don't think. So maybe I'm doing something right by thinking. Like, like maybe the hesitancy is a good thing. Sometimes I have to remind myself of things like that because, like, you know, ever talk to somebody who just says what's on their mind and you're like, wait a minute now. I don't know if that was right, but it's out there. It's out there. Like, so I guess maybe that's my brain's way of also trying to avoid that from happening. Oh, thank you, Tina. Shout out to your daughter. Girlies on the spectrum, period. Hey, MCM. Hey, girly. How are you? I think I missed your live stream. I think, was it yesterday or earlier? I've been like, I've been missing so many lives. Like, lives are always happening, but like, I try to like be consistent and like in the same lives, like, because if I'm there, it's because I like the chat and I like the vibe. Um, so like, yeah, I, I definitely have to like get back on that. Yeah, going live is tough. I never would have, never would have guessed it. I mean, like people, when they're like live, sometimes you can tell like that they'll be a little frazzled in the moment if like something isn't loading. And at first I was like, I'll be okay. It'll be okay. And then something like froze, and then I was like, oh no. I was like, dear God, what am I gonna do? Thank you, Grandpa Jim. Oh, yeah, no, I definitely know a lot of people who should, take a moment to think before they speak. It would definitely cause everyone less pain, but, you know, Sometimes people just have to learn that on their own time. Thank you, MCM. Yes, y'all hit the like. I would appreciate it very much. Very, very much. Very greatly. Very, very greatly. Uh, how cute. Oh man, SGM. Oh Jesus. SGM. This is gonna sound so messed up, but every time that I look at SGM, I'm like, he looks like a pale honey baked ham with eyes. Like that's all that I can see. I'm just like, maybe it's that he looks like like sad in the eyes and like a little sullen, you know? I'm like, maybe it's one of those things, and it just sort of makes him look like a honey baked ham. I don't know. Maybe it's his cheeks. I don't know. True. Yeah, I try to not miss Hannibal's either, because everybody, we gotta get the clinic calling. You know, we gotta get funky towels got the funk. Yeah, yeah, that one's good. Thank you, I appreciate that, MCM, especially because you're like streaming a lot, and I this is definitely my first one. Bella, you're so extra. Nothing that you do was awful. You're an icon. You're a legend. You're a star, baby. You're a star. Thinking first takes all the fun out of it. Yeah, I have had a moment or two in my life where I've been like, and ooh, shouldn't have said that, but alas, here we are. Life goes on, I suppose. I've definitely had to make my apologies as needed. He's around. Yeah, I'm like, I don't, maybe it's like, like some people just have like like there's this one dude that I know, and he's like tall and skinny, and whenever I see him, he reminds me of like an IKEA lamp or something. Like the IKEA lamps that have the little like adjustable arms. He kind of like looks like one of those. Like, I love that. Like, maybe it's my autistic mind being like, this reminds you of this. Did you mean blah blah blah? And I'm like, no, I meant the person in front of me, not a dish, please. Literally, he is Foodie's twin, not me saying literally. Oh god. He looks like a MCM, she's on her. You look like a motherfucking nut. Boy, you look like a motherfucking nut. Oh, thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. I definitely was insecure about how my voice sounded for a really long time. And then as I got older and like went to school, and when I was like in one of my classes, I had to like do a voiceover thing, and then my professor was like, "Oh, you should like consider like voiceovers and like voice acting work." And I was like, "Oh, huh. Okay. Um, I suppose." I It was just, it like caught me off guard because I was so used to the sound of my voice as like a nuisance that when somebody brought my voice up in like a pleasant context, I was like, "Hmm, hmm, I suppose." Whoa, yeah. Ham for ham. Yeah, that's like exactly what it was giving. It was giving ham for ham. Two pigs in a blanket. I wonder, did they hook up? Like sometimes I like like questions like that will cross my mind as I'm like watching like stuff, and then I have to like shake it out of my head like, "Oh god, don't go there, don't go there. DW, dark thoughts, dark thoughts." Thank you, Killer Hot Dog. I appreciate that. Yeah, I recognize that people enjoy hearing my voice, and I will talk so that people can listen. It's a public service, honestly. I'm doing what I can for my community. No, literally Bella is like a legend. Bella is my living legend. She's my icon. She is that girl. Bella is everywhere and nowhere, and I love that. Like, I really respect that. I like that Bella is like, "Oh, I'm just like in a couple chats, just like doing my thing, being a mod, MBD, like just vibing, like, just real hot girl shit, the vibes. Like, you know, just vibing." Like, literally. And like Abby is like so iconic too. Like Abby is another one who's just like everywhere and nowhere, is like elusive and iconic and like giving. Just giving. Just serving. Just like yes. Like I like when my favorite Abby moments are like when Abby has like had enough. Abby is like, "Oh, I'm over it. I'm done. Y'all have a good night." Like I'm like, "Oh my god, period. Period." I'm like, "You better." Like, that is how you draw a boundary, biatch. Like, that is, like, I love that because we need more people logging off. When they've hit their limit, logging off, like, is exactly what we need. Like, I've had my moments where I've just had to leave a chat and be like, okay, well, that was, I'm gonna have to turn off YouTube for a little while. Ooh, that was a lot. But, like, like you can sort of tell when like people are in over their head and they're like sticking around and like continuing to watch when they don't need to. It's very uh unnecessary, and like, yeah, like you don't you don't have to do that to yourself. No, literally them hooking up. Dear God. The thought of them actually hooking up is like kind of terrifying. Because then it's like it's like an uncanny valley kind of thing. Like it's almost like she's having sex with herself and like he's having sex with himself, but like a gender swap. Like they were made in the same lab, and like their owners let them out into the wild and then they met each other. Like they weren't supposed to. Like it wasn't supposed to happen. For real. Like that was the kind of vibe that I was getting from that live stream that they did. It was like ha 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 ha. Mm, heh, hee hee. Like she was giving her laugh, her like her not her like guttural laugh. She was doing her like ha 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 hee hee ha. Like, girl, we know damn well that SJM was like staring at her in amazement, and he was like, "Okay, well, when's the wig coming off?" I hope when you open the fridge and you look at that ham, you think of SGM. Think of SGM sitting in your fridge. Bella does have a modest voice. Very sweet, very cute, very like innocent, very adorable. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, Sunshine is here. Hello, Sunshine. Hey, girly. How are you? Hope you're well. Yes. You're not horrible at panels. I mean, like, panels are definitely, like, a little intimidating, so I can understand why you would possibly be like, "Oh, let me fall back." But, like, mm, you're not horrible at anything. You're an icon. You're a legend. You're a star, baby. Exactly. You do just fine, and you don't take over, and you're just vibing. Yeah, like, some people, like, people need to, like, take a few lessons out of Abby's book and just, like, when they've hit their limit, just go. Because, like, you're doing nothing besides hurting yourself at that point, you know? Two things. They was rolled up, girl. They was rolled up tight. they, they were. They were. They were. Wait, not the fupas. Oh my god. Sorry, Grandpa oh. Oh, period. I definitely know the vibes. Like, girl, as long as you're collecting that check, girl, they just need you there. They both do. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Uh, no, literally, like, so, I have to stop saying literally. That's gonna be something I'm gonna work on saying literally because it does come up a lot for me, and I, you know, shouldn't say it as much as I do. It's a verbal crutch. It's a verbal tick. I had a teacher, oh my god, in high school. Wow. Sometimes when I think about high school, it's like war flashbacks in the worst way. No, I wasn't like bullied or anything. I just hated school, and it sucks because I'm like still in college. So like, ugh, it's just a big eye roll all around. But in high school, I had this teacher who every Monday she would make us like, if you hear snoring, it's my dog. He's asleep at the foot of the bed. He'd be snoring. um, Basically, every Monday she would be like, okay, you come up to the front of the class and you have to do this once every quarter. And you have, I forgot how many opportunities you had to do it, but after you go over your opportunities, you're not allowed to try anymore. So you would get up in front of the class and you had to tell the generalized details of your weekend in 3 sentences or less, and you couldn't say like or and. So when you were done with a sentence, you had to like stop. You were not allowed to say and then. Like you had to be like then. It was so like she was very into grammar, and like the area that I live in, like one of the main like fancy universities. She went to she went to there. She went to that university and like, was always repping them hard. So everything was always like, I my education from blah 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 has reminded me that it's important to pass on good habits to the youth of America. And I feel as though it's my duty to remind you that saying like and every other sentence, every other word, all the time, 24/7 is not cute. And I remember being like, well, she just doesn't get me. Like, she just doesn't understand, like, the kind of person that I am. Like, I just sort of, like, am quirky and, like, silly, haha. And, like, I it wasn't necessarily that. It was more so her just being like, "This is an honors English class. Can y'all, like, use some honors English words, babe?" Like, it was so, like, yeah, I yeah, like, I agree. It was a useful tool and, like, a useful assignment, but, like, the way she went about it was so, like, elitist. It was very inconsiderate because, of course, the people that she ended up targeting during these, um, moments were, like, students who come from, like, low income neighborhoods and stuff, and, like, that's not fair for you to be like, "Well, you should talk a little more like so and so." And like, not exactly saying that, but sort of like implying that people from over here sound nicer, so you should talk like those people instead of talking like where you come from. Like, it was really, like, elitist and classist and weird, and I didn't like it. Even high school me was, like, trying to process that in a way that didn't, um in a way that, like, rationalize that, but it was I couldn't figure that out. I was like, "Girlie, what?" Oh my god. Sometimes, oh, I'm in a precarious spot where I'm, like, considering doing my master's, and I'm if I do my master's, girl, I the thing about a master's is that's like like, undergrad is one thing, that's, a commitment, but, like, a graduate degree is a real deal, like, commitment. Like, you have to actively be like, "Okay, yes, this is something that I'm really interested in studying for another 2 years if you're lucky," Like, really, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Yeah, there are a lot of industries now where, like, education isn't as, like there's other ways for people to become, like, educated on the job and things like that, um, and, like, some people that I know who were, like, into tech stuff, they're like, "Oh, well, as long as I'm, like, proficient at coding and proficient at blah 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 and am able to make websites and, I'll have a good chance at getting a job." And I'm like, "Okay, that's, like, work. I like that. That's like, I like that. That is admirable." Because, like, sometimes education feels like this, like, spiraling vortex that I can't get out of. I mean, I'll be done at some point, but it just woof. Oh yeah. I definitely understand what you mean because, um especially, like, us being in the digital era of people, like, shortening, like, phrases and sentences and abbreviating and, like, my professors still complain about people accidentally typing "you," like the letter U instead of YOU or, like, something like that in a paper, and I'm like, "Oh, shit." Like, I guess our brains are really, like, evolving to think differently. Cause like that's one I haven't done that, but damn, I woof. No, seriously, I feel like there are times where I'm like having this whole like debate within myself about like, does school really matter that much? Is it even a priority for me? Like as a person who has kind of always hated school but has been like proficient and like decent at things, I just get overstimulated and then I just like want to shut down and but then I'm like if I don't get my degree, how am I going to make money? Cuz I don't even want to hire people now. So I'm like I need the paper. I need the piece of paper. Hmm, certifications. I always forget about like other programs and things that are also like useful like tools to help you get the career and like job that you want because the the field that I'm going into is uh r- run by a lot of people who have a lot of degrees and a lot of experience. So it's always a challenge. Even looking at like jobs is you need to have your degree and then you also need to have your years of experience and you need to have, you know, a good nice plethora of um there's just a lot a lot that goes into that and sometimes I spiral thinking about it. Haha. you know, that's fair because school is hard and deciding like how you want to use that degree is always like a a challenge because there isn't like it's not like so cut and dry like ugh, it's yeah, good old school and things. My best advice for grad school is to see if your employer offers tuition reimbursement or if they have some partnership with a school for reduced costs. That's a good idea. Yeah, I will definitely have to look into that. Ooh, okay. Okay, we see you. We see you, girl. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I have a lot of student loan debt. But that's really good that you don't have any because like debt is unfair. Debt sucks. Debt is evil. When I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, everyone wish Ruthie peace, blessings, prosperity. Miss Thing, you're gonna get a new job, a new career, a new lifestyle, mama. It's gonna be everything. Yes. Like this is exactly like what Tina did is like the realistic, like proactive approach to like starting your career because I feel like sometimes I feel like going to school, I feel like a sitting duck just sort of waiting for my career to happen. And it's like, haha, I when, gulp. But like, you know, yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I'm like, ooh, there, there is a trade school, like one specific one that I'm thinking of for like my profession. And sometimes I'll like peruse it and look through and be like, hmm. I suppose in another life. I suppose in another life. Hey, high school skinny. Hey, girl. Hope you're well. Exactly. Exactly. Like the roads diverging in the yellow wood, taking the one less traveled by. You know the gig. Yeah. Eh. Oh my gosh. Literally, as I say literally again, um, yeah, it's so like wild how tech moves so rapidly that like even every 5 years now, it's like we're making such like huge tech advances and jumps. It's like, oh my god. Ugh. I used to do HTML for my Tumblr my Tumblr when I was in high school, and that was like as far as I got. I couldn't actually like get any. I had to like look through the step-by-step guides on how to like edit and change my font and stuff. But one of my friends, she is going to school right now to like learn coding, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." Like, holy shit. Like, you're smart. Hee hee. Hey girl, good to have you back. Ooh, not the minions. Not the minions. No, literally, I have to work on that. I say it so much, literally. um, yeah, unsupervised adults who like have uh some people when they're like when they know that like the boss isn't watching, they'll just like be doing their thing, like working like NBD. And then there's other people who are like, oh, the boss isn't watching. Smirk. Like it doesn't have to be that way. You could just like vibe and live, laugh, love. But no, you want to terrorize people. Yeah, that is a difficult industry to like continually find work in. So yeah, definitely wishing you luck with that. And I understand that it can be really like rewarding work, but yeah, having to decide between work that is fulfilling and work that fulfills your needs is definitely a real struggle that people, myself included, have to deal with. Yeah, I definitely can't imagine how difficult it is to like be faced with the the choice in front of you. But I'm confident that you will make the decision that works best for you, and that your new path will be brighter and more sunnier than ever before. Yeah, like IT people have to be like a specific kind of genius in order to show and do and create and overwrite all the HTML things. Yeah. That's how my dog is when I am not at home, because like sometimes I'll work nights and my mom will tell me how my dog was behaving in the morning. She'll be like, "Oh my goodness, he was just barking so much. He was barking at the neighbors' dogs. The neighbors' dogs were barking a lot. They were barking at each other. It was a mess." Like, but when I'm at home, he's like, "Oh, mom's home. Okay, I'll just vibe," which I love. He's a Libra, so naturally there are ebbs and flows to his persona. Yeah. Yes, if you didn't know, you should definitely do your pet's astrology, because once I did like pet astrology for my dog and I found out that he's a Libra sun, like it makes a lot of sense because he has really large expressive eyes. Yeah. Mhm. Public works are good. Like, we need more people working in industries that actually, like, are meant to serve the public and, like, people and society in general, because it sucks that, like, especially, like, I live in a state that, like, they like to say that, like, California has a lot of money, and it's like, okay, well, why is the infrastructure so shit here half the time? Like, if you're not in the big city, like, really watch out for the potholes, babe, because they're big. um, so yeah, we definitely need more people working in public works, and we definitely need more, like, resources given to people who work in public service of any sort. Bigger and better pensions, better pay, you know, the whole gig. Ugh, right? Restaurants are amazing, but, like, I genuinely could not imagine running a restaurant. It seems really, like, hectic and, overwhelming. And messy. That's what it seems like. Like 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 you're being paid to watch the people who are being paid to work. So, like, your job is like you're like the paid babysitter person to babysit the workers. It's really interesting how that works. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what the heck? A chicken at heart. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. How poetic. Girly, if you come to California again, let me know. Like, HMU, we could hang out. We can go around and I don't know if you're team 420, but Miss Thing is team 420. So, yeah, period. Yes. Yeah, and it sucks because like not me, like not me and my, like, my the term, oh, the term is slipping me. I forgot, but I was gonna say something, not me in my blah 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 era, but I don't remember what era it was. Um, but it had to do with, like, public work stuff because yeah, it sucks how, like, the lack of maintenance on roads across America, the lack of care for infrastructure is so unfortunate. It's so, like, dangerous and harmful because if, like, basic necessities aren't taken care of, then, like, how are we supposed to all stay safe? I just I just worry. Yes, I saw that. I was like, "Oh, thank God." Like, I honestly hope that, like, oh, woof, I hope. Yeah, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like a Band-Aid situation. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, San Diego is I love San Diego. One of my besties, is from San Diego, and, like, every time that I'm there, it's like San Diego was, like, depending on what area of town you're in, it's really, like, compact and, like, tight. So, like, I always have her drive because 'cause I'm like, "Girl, I am not about to pack up my car over here." Like, everything everything is parallel parking, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. Okay, I can parallel park over here." And then she's like, "Oh, well, don't park over by the strip club because there's gonna be lots of drunk guys coming out at, you know, 11:30 AM." I was like, "Oh, cute. Love it." park somewhere else. Yes, you should definitely apply for jobs in LA. I also have to apply for jobs in LA. I have to apply for jobs in the cities. Love that. Live, laugh, love that. San Diego is stunning. San Diego is a gorgeous place, and like, oh, like going to the beach in San Diego is so fun. Oh, it's okay, Abby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you still being here. Thank you. Thank you for thank you for the lurking. I appreciate it. Oh God. Like, yeah, I sometimes think about like the lack of uh urban planning in suburban areas, and the only thing that I can think is like classism, because it like A assumes that everyone in a suburban area is making a certain amount of money and is able to transport themselves all around. It's like, well, people still need resources. Like, if you're going to offer resources out there, you should probably offer them here as well. And it's, things. I just, yeah. I, I question so much. It gives me a headache. Oh God, I can't imagine parking in Toronto. Toronto is big. Like, yeah, that it seems like the Canadian cities are like also like built a little tighter knit, unless if you're like in an area that's sprawled out and suburban. And yeah, I that would scare me. I'm so scared. Not barely park regular. Ooh, Pasadena. I like Pasadena. One of my friends lives over there. Well, not like in Pasadena, but like in that general vicinity. And like, ugh, looking at like the mountains during like sunset is so gorgeous. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty over there. It's like stunning. Like, I don't know if y'all ever like have the time to like Google like Pasadena sunset. It's just so pretty over there to me. I like it. Even though it's like landlocked, it's still like gorgeous with like the mountain ranges and stuff. Oh, well, Texas is cool for a lot of other reasons, but one that I can think of is that one of my current favorite drag queens is from there. I really love Mistress Isabel Black. She's fabulous. I mean, Mistress Isabel Brooks, not Mistress Isabel Black. Who am I thinking of? Whose last name is Black? There's somebody else whose last name is Black. That anyway. Um, Yeah, I love Texas drag queens. So like while you're in Texas, you should definitely be going to drag shows and like seeing and hanging out and kikiing with the girls and vibing and living your best life, eating some good food and whatnot, doing things the old Texas way. Not oversized. Well, I'm a little oversized, so I would probably enjoy it. I'd be like, ooh, large portions. Big boots, sunglasses, and hats. I like it. Yes, my luxurious. Ooh, I bet. Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, why do bugs get so big in warm places? That is kind of upsetting to me because it makes me scared to go places where it's really, really warm. Like during summer here, we'll like occasionally have like one of those big black bumblebees pass by, but like other than that, I mean, like, or like, yeah, yeah, I'm like, I can't really think of any like big bugs out here. Like, yeah, I wanted to go to, um, there's like a few countries in Africa that I want to visit, and some places in the islands that I want to visit, and Central and South America. And part of what scares me is bugs. I'm like, oh my God, can I do it? Can I can I muster up the courage and make it work? Because I want to go, but I'm like, if I encountered a big bug, I dead ass, like for real, I cannot do bugs. I can't. I just can't. Oh. Well, hopefully you're able to plan some nice time set aside on like a weekend where you can go out and have a good time and watch some good drag and eat some food and hang out and listen to music and look cute and take pictures and just vibe. I admire that. I admire that, Jojo B, because sometimes I get like freaked out by bugs and then I like run in an opposite direction, or like if it's like running at me then I'll like step and like kill it. But like, oh god, like respecting and coexisting with the bugs. I'll have to try that sometime. don't, don't go to Houston. You can ride on the water bugs. Oh, oh wow. Oh yeah. It's hot there. I want to go to Houston though. I could see myself living in Houston someday for a little bit. That would be cute. Like, yeah. Right? Big bugs are scary. Oh my gosh. Hello, Sherbert52. Hey, girly. Hope you're well. Smooches, hugs. Yes. Same. Same. I I am a big fan of like I if like one of my friends is having a hard time, I'll like suggest that we go out and like have a meal somewhere or somewhere that they like, so that way they can like eat something that like reminds them of something positive and happy and not frustrating and irritating. It's like, oh, just sometimes you need like a reset with a pal to just hit that mental refresh button. Murdy. That's my dog. My dog's name is Murdy. Murdy. Hey boy. Hey boy. Yeah. That's my dog. That's my dog. Yeah. I'll have to post a picture of him on my community tab. He's really cute. Um, ooh. Oh Lord, not stuff coming out at night. Oh God. Okay. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm like thinking about like a trip to the islands, because I'm like, oh God, big island bugs. They can only run so far. There's only so much land on an island. Merg, please. Oh my god. Yeah, I would have to. Oh my god, I would be like, they need to have like a hotline or something, like a pest rescue hotline, so that way instead of like killing all the bugs, they just scoop them up and take them somewhere. Like, oof, yeah. Drag shows are so much fun. Tina. wow, I saw somebody who looked just like you. I mean, they look better than you, but just like you. Bird, please. Please, relax. Relax, babe. Relax. I know. I'm having a laugh. I'm having a laugh. Yes. Please don't hit my mic. Please. Yes, I know. I know. I know. He likes to lay on my chest sometimes, so he's like all up on me. He's like, "What are you doing? Why am I not involved? What's this about? Huh?" No, you're not. It happens. Like like sometimes people just resemble other people and it's no one's fault. It just is. Ooh, drag brunch. I love drag shows. I am at drag shows a lot in my town. Um, it's like I watch Drag Race like every season, and I'm in a town that like they have all of the contestants like stop in every week. So like all the contestants will like be there. Like if they're getting eliminated on the show that week, then they'll probably like be touring and like taking pictures and stuff. So like sometimes like there was one elimination that like the girl ended up doing a performance at my local bar and like the video went viral because it was funny, but it was you know just little drag whatnot. Um, yeah, I love drag so much, and I love going to drag shows and definitely um love like the art of drag. I'm gonna be going to DragCon in I think like a week and a half. I'll be there in LA. It'll be exciting. I'll be going with some friends and um, seeing some artists that I've followed for a long time and seeing some other people that I've known for a long time who do drag and know people who perform in the drag circles and whatnot. Right? Like so much fun. It's unfortunate how like people have a perception about drag that is inaccurate and they have this like idea that like drag is taboo and bad. It's like no, drag is so fun. Like it's so like pleasant and like uplifting. It's not really like a vacuous art, an art that like you walk away from feeling like depressed or frustrated. You know, you walk away from a drag show feeling like excited and empowered and happy and you know looking forward to things. So I would definitely suggest going to a local drag show. Support your local queens and learn more about them, and definitely when you go have tip money so that way you can tip them and be a good patron and everybody will be like, ooh, wow, love to see this person, they look so nice. And because like everybody likes nice people, so period. Ooh, walk into the room purse first. I love that one. I love Bomb the Drag Queen so, so, so much. Bob is a legend. Like, a genuinely funny, genuinely brilliant person. And, these bitches can't take it. I'm jealous. I like, wish I had seen Bob. I've seen, who have I seen in person? Well, recently I got to see Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. And what else did I see before that? Before that, I think it was Ben de la Creme and Jinx Monsoon. I, no, that was a while ago. Yeah. Mm, oh my God, Terry Joe. I love Terry Joe. I like the way that she talks and asks people questions with that voice. She and the way that she'll like put the her baying behind her ear. She'll be like, and I, you know, I just, what do you like to do? What what's going on in your world? And then we'll also like drag some. I love Terry Joe. Terry Joe's a good one. Oh yeah, the Terry Joe with Bomb. Oh, I love when Bob does like collabs with people because like Bob is one of those people who's like funny regardless of like the situation. So like it's gonna be hilarious. Like who's another funny person? I don't know. There's a lot of funny people who are just like regardless of what they're in, like they're gonna turn it every time and like Bob is definitely one of the people who turns it every time. Right? Like they were kind of it was giving. It was definitely giving. I was like, you better. Ooh, I've been on for an hour and a half. Oh wow. Oh snap. Huh. Not my dog being like he just made like the cutest face. Like he knows I can't resist him. He's like my kryptonite. I love him so much. Let's see. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm looking at my notes about like all that shit about Big Vern. I was like, I think I said everything, cause like ultimately, it's not like she's important enough for me to be like writing up a proper think piece about any of what was said. So, you know, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still a little like gulp, but no, like literally, Bob X Terry Joe collab, incredible. Like, if y'all haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it because, like Terry Joe makes every situation funny, and then like Bob is a comedy genius. So like it was just back and forth. It was like comedy tennis. They were just back and forth, back and forth. Okay, y'all. Well, literally the airport seats. Oh my god. Thank you so much, High School Skinny. I'm glad that you were here and able to have fun with us. Thank you so much to everyone who was able to stop in. I really appreciated it. Really appreciate it. Um, I will definitely be going live again soon. Hopefully I'll feel less nervous and I'll have some more time to perhaps, I don't know, go over a video or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be cute and fun and, all the whatnots. So, thank you so much everyone. I appreciate you coming into my live, my very first live. I genuinely appreciate it so much. Like I was so scared nobody was going to be here and like I'm like, "Oh my god, people are here." So thank you. I really really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, Bella. I love you and appreciate you. And thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate all of your really well thought out comments that you had today. And I'd like to thank uh, MCM and Abby and Killer Hot Dog and Grandpa Jim and who else am I forgetting? Ruthie and Sunshine and High School Skinny, of course. And yeah, so I will definitely be on again soon. Um, I'll do a community tab post so I can find out about, what kind of things y'all would be interested in hearing from me. So, yeah, I I I am appreciative of the lurking. I appreciate all the lurkers. Thank you for being here as well. I salute you. Thank you for uh your service. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye, guys.